Hello everyone, I'm Ankit, a third year PhD student at the University of Utah. I'm advised by Professor Ryan Stutzman. Today I'll talk about my thesis vision. We are working on design and implementation of the black box technique to scale data structure on large machines. This is joint work with Irina Kelsey and Gerd Zellweger from VMware Research. Large NUMA machines are used to process big data, large amount of data, and for database servers. However, data structures and even the underlying operating systems don't scale well for these machines. Most of the time, the reason for this non-scalability is cache coherence and cross-node traffic. Application developers spend a lot of time to hand-tune the data structure that is error-prone and takes years to acquire the expertise. Our goal is to design and implement black box technique to transform off-the-shelf data structure into NUMA-aware concurrent version. And to validate these techniques, use them to scale various subsystems in an operating system. There are three parts of this talk: the work we have already finished, and what we are currently working on, and our future plans. We have already finished the work on designing a few techniques to transform sequential and concurrent data structure into their NUMA-aware concurrent versions, which can scale on hundreds of cores. To validate these techniques, we use them to scale various subsystems in an operating system. This work is accepted to appear at OSDI 21. For now, all our data structures are volatile and stay in DRAM. Currently, we are working on techniques to make data structures persistent. Lastly, we plan to extend these techniques to scale data structure across machines and formally verify them for correctness. We started our exploration with node replication, or NR in short, that converts a sequential data structure into a NUMA-aware concurrent data structure. NR maintains multiple replicas of the underlying data structure on each socket, and multiple cores within a socket share a single replica. Write operations are applied through a single shared log, and read operations are performed directly against the local replica. Now let's look how does write operation work for NR. Multiple threads enqueue the operations into a replica local buffer, and then one thread among those wait one thread among the threads which have outstanding operations become a leader or combiner, and the thread needs to acquire an atomic log to become a combiner thread. The combiner thread atomically appends the operation to the log and apply those operations to the local replica by acquiring a reader-writer log on top of the local replica. Read operations are not appended to the shared log, but executed against the local replica. However, if the local replica is behind, then one thread synchronizes the replica by becoming a combiner before executing the read operation. Otherwise, the read operation will be on the unsynchronized replica. So NR does not work well for partition workload on concurrent data structures because first of all, it uses single combiner, and the reader writer log is one big shared log on top of the replica. To avoid that, CNR extends the NR to use multiple logs and asks developer to provide a log mapper function. This log mapper function maps an operation to one or more logs. Two commutative operation can map to different logs, but conflicting operation should always map to the same log. For now, the log mapping process is manual. However, commuter-like scheme can be used to make it automatic. Now let's see how do we use NR and CNR to scale various subsystems in an operating system. We wrote an OS from scratch in Rust called NROS, and we replicate NR kernel using these black box techniques. NR kernel has three main subsystems: file system, scheduler, and virtual memory. NR scheduler and NR virtual memory implementation is sequential, and we use NR to make it concurrent, NUMA-aware concurrent. And NRFS is concurrent, and CNR is used to scale it even further. The user space application issues system calls to the NR kernel, and internally NR or CNR handles this system call through shared logs. Here are some of the results for NRFS that compares NRFS with Linux TempFS. X-axis shows the number of threads and Y-axis shows the throughput. The experiments were performed on a 4-socket machine with 24 cores per socket. The figure shows the comparison for a single file, where all the cores share a single file and perform read-intensive workload. The read performance perform various read and write-intensive workloads. Read throughput outperforms TempFS due to reduction in cross-node traffic, and write workload stays stable for NRFS as coherence traffic is minimized. Single file is a special case. Here CNR behave same as NR. However, with NR, the write performance will still be the same even when we increase the number of files because of single combiner and shared reader like log. And to avoid that, we use CNR. And let's see how does CNR help us improve write performance. So as we can see in the second figure, read performance is almost as same as the first figure, but the write throughput increases as compared to the first figure. This is the current work. Both NR and CNR works on volatile data structures, and the data is lost across reboots or system crashes. And to avoid that, we plan to use non-volatile main memories. However, transforming off-the-shelf volatile data structure into persistent one is time-consuming, and because it requires full code rewrites and is error-prone, especially for verifying crash consistencies. So the goal is to convert off-the-shelf volatile data structure into persistent ones. We are in a process to explore various trade-offs for our design right now. For example, do we want to maintain shadow process like we do in NR, or propagate just the changes across replica using snapshot techniques? Also, do we need to maintain multiple replica inside PMAMs? That might be too costly. Without going into design details, for now we have observed that replication helps even for PMAM. And here is a figure that compares HashMap based read intensive workload with the per system and per socket replica. And as we can see, after first socket level replication outperforms the system level replication. In the future, we plan to formally verify all of our techniques for correctness so that developers can use these techniques with more faith in them. And eventually, our plan is to combine all these techniques to implement a rack scale operating system that can be used to schedule microsecond scale serverless function based on the data locality or resource requirements. So in conclusion, our goal is to transform off-the-shelf data structure into NUMA-aware, concurrent, and persistent version. Eventually extend these techniques to distribute data structure across nodes and use that to build efficient rack scale serverless framework. Thank you for listening to my talk. I'm looking forward for the feedback about the talk and our vision in general. Thanks again.